Hi Flosstube, I'm Lori and welcome to Once Upon a Stitch. Today is Monday, September 2nd, 2024. It's Labor Day in the United States. Happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope you get to have the day off today. I know a lot of businesses are still open and maybe your day will be a different day during the week. This morning, my daughter-in-law Rebecca is running a 5K in her town, and then they're going to be having a parade later on in their town. So they have a lot going on there, and James and Amy will be there, and her parents, Rebecca's parents, they all live in the same town, so it's convenient for them, and they don't have to deal with too much traffic getting to the parade and all whatnot. So Sal and I are recuperating. We had a little barbecue yesterday. My mother-in-law came out. She wanted to see Caleb and Gianna for their birthdays. Gianna's birthday was in August. I had mentioned that in the last video about that. And Caleb's is in September. So we had a little party for them here. And my niece and her family came out, and Rebecca's parents were here, and Amy's parents and sister were here. So it was a nice get-together. The weather, we didn't know if it was going to cooperate. It was overcast most of the day, and it drizzled, but like barely when everybody got here, and then it just stopped and continued to be overcast and muggy. And then after we ate, the sun came out and it was so hot. So I decided to, we had cake and dessert inside and coffee. And so we had little ice cream cakes for Caleb and Gianna to blow out their candles in, and people brought cookies and we had cupcakes. So it was fun for everybody. It was good to get together and see everybody. So that was just yesterday. And let's see, so much going on. So since I got up at 4 o'clock this morning with a really bad headache, I've taken some Tylenol and some coffee, and it's starting to go away. But I was watching Flosstube while I was having my coffee downstairs so that I wouldn't disturb Sal waking up too early. And I forgot to mention this in my last video. I had met Kandy. She's the 614 Stitcher at Retreat. So I watched her latest video, and she's planning, I guess now she might have gone and has returned, but her video was prior to her cruise. She was going on a cruise. I didn't finish the video, but I was watching it this morning, and I met her at Retreat, at the New Jersey Retreat. She lives in Illinois, and she flew out, and she was the loveliest woman, kind, sweet, and we laughed so much, and it was so good to meet her. And I watched her video of the recap of the retreat, and then I was watching her latest one. And so I just thought I'd mention her to you. You want to give her a watch. She's stitching some of the things that I have stitched. And there's a lot of things that she's stitching that I really think is beautiful. She's doing, I think, what's it called? The Beekeeper by Tiny Modernist. Oh, it's so pretty. And then who else did I watch? I watched Barbara, Stitching and Tea with B. Stitching and Tea with B. I'll put all these down at the bottom in the show notes. She's somebody new to me as well. She has about 5 floss tubes out, and she loves tea. And she'll talk about the tea that she's drinking for the video, and then she tells you how to brew it, which is really interesting because, like, I have gotten tea that was loose, and you get it one of these things that you put it in, and you put it in your tea, and you just leave it there, and you don't know how long, and you hope that, you can drink it at the end. But she explains how to do it, which is kind of neat. I'm not really a tea drinker. I drink tea when I'm sick or not feeling like an upset stomach. I will have some chamomile tea. That seems to help my stomach a lot. Then I watched Carol, the Saltbox Stitcher. And everybody knows Carol, so I don't have to go into details. But I love that, she's such a seasoned stitcher, and she has so much on her walls. And when I see something that I've stitched that she's stitching, or that we're stitching at the same time, I like saying, wow, okay, I'm learning how to do this craft. So I consider like, okay, I'm getting there. And then I watched Professor Stitch. I watched her first video. I don't know if she has a second one out yet. And she was very interesting. She gave you a lot of history of cross-stitching and what about it and stuff. And I think she's if I remember correctly, she is a teacher. I forget of what. But she never said her name in the video. But I was reading some of the notes, because I thought maybe I missed it. Somebody finally said her name might have been Jaime, or she knew her, and she mentioned like, oh, hi, Jaime, or something. So she was really interesting as well. So if you want to give those Flosstubers a shout out and a watch, I hope you enjoy them. Okay, I know what I want to say right off the bat. Did I welcome everybody? I did so many starts, and I don't know, I say something and then I'm like, oh, that's silly. And I stop, delete it, start again. And I did that for about 20 minutes. And I'm just going to go through it now. I don't know how to edit, so it is what it is. It's always been what it is. But welcome. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy what you see today. I have 4 fully finishes that I'm so excited to share with you. And a few finishes, and a lot of whips since we were last together. But what I do want to say is, I just want to thank the viewers who share some not so happy times in their life. I mean, I have this platform where, I shared losing my granddaughter. And if you're new to my channel and you want to hear the story, I believe it was 132. It was October of last year that I share the story of Libby. And, I got so much support from everybody watching. And when somebody shares something with me, I'm happy, not happy in the sense of, oh, happy, but happy that you thought enough to share it with me, that I might know what you're going through and maybe can offer just a few words of comfort. So thank you. And I'm sorry that you had to go through your sad chapter in life. Okay. Thank you for all the continued well wishes for Sal. He's doing really well. He's attending his PT meetings. They're not meetings. PT appointments. And he's driving. So far, just locally, a few towns over. But he's doing really well. We went to the doctor this past week, and the doctor was even surprised at how well he was doing, because people who've had this operation a lot before him are not doing as well as he's doing. So that's good. And that's because of all your prayers and good wishes. So thank you. What else is going on? What else do I want to share with you? Okay, I think that's it. Now I'm going to share some happy mail that I received. And speaking of happy mail, I feel like somebody reached out to me, and she said to me, I want to send you something. And I said, okay. And I gave her my address. But when it came, I was like, when people send me things, I feel like blessed. But I don't know, I feel like I can't explain it. undeserving, maybe. I don't know. But I'm so, so, so happy to receive your even your cards. I'm thrilled at. But that you take the time to send me a box of goodies. And this is, yeah. So this, I got a beautiful card from Anna May. She said I could share her name. And I'm going to share what she sent me. And I think I'm going to stitch every single thing in this box. Let's see. This was the card. She sent this, and this is the Hometown Holiday Series. I had this, so this will be a future giveaway, because she says that what I don't stitch, I can give away. And since I did this one already, this will be in a future giveaway. Not this month coming up. It's a crazy month. She sent me some Mill Hill kits, and I think I'm going to do them individually. I don't think I want to do them in like on a fabric and do them all together. I think I'd like to make them as ornaments for the tree. This one is the Citibank. Yeah. Oh, I love those columns. This one is the Cobbler. And all these are full packages. She must have changed her mind. Anna, did you change your mind? The Victorian House. This is the toy shop. Look at this button. Isn't she adorable? Oh. This one is the Firehouse. These will look so cute on the tree. Oh, you might be saying, oh, it's kind of big for a tree ornament, but how the trees are narrow here and then they're wider on the bottom? These would be beautiful around the bottom. This one is the Cafe Grande. Has a little snowman button. Oops. It's upside down. I tried to show it. This one is the tree. Jim Shore. Okay. A waxer. Then, as that wasn't enough, she sent me the Gathering kit. This is Gathering Wildflowers. Yep, that's the name of this one. And she gave me everything that went with it. Like, there's 3 of these round metal discs with the magnets, and there's a needle minder with it. The disc circles, the batting, and then this one is Gathering Pumpkins. And with the matching brick rack. I'm just blown away. The floss. What did I drop? Post-it notes. Look at that. She sent it all to me. Anna May, this was like, it just blew me away. And then another Gathering, and this one is Gathering Butterflies. I'm starting these in November. I will be stitching these and the floss. This reminds me of one of those bottle caps. And fabric. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A little closer. She sent me some fabrics. Vintage Country Mocha. Let's see. Light blue Lugana. A little darker blue. What is this one called? Sapphire. Water Sapphire. And this one is Pea Gray. No, that's not enough. Look at this. Well, hello there. I did stitch this one, but I got the polar bear peek. He is so cute. This one cracks me up. The walrus. The puffin party. So cute. This is sampler of the month, January. Hands-on design, present blessings. Up on the housetop, like stitching with the housewives. I will be starting, I think next year, one of these. Let's see. This is hands-on design. I don't know what they're called. They're those like blocks. This one's home. And the one that I have is for the 4th of July. So I'm going to start on that one. And then once I learn how to do it, I'm going to do this one. Faith by Cottage Garden Samplings. So far I've done Love. Shannon Christine Designs, Snow Days. I'm telling you, this box just went on and on. Let me put some of this back in here so I have some room to show you the rest. To me, this was like above and beyond, and like it took me a while to get over the fact that somebody would do this for me. Whilst Iris Knapp's design, an English sampler reproduction. Isn't that beautiful? It's hard to read the saying in here. Hands-on Design, Season 2. I did see the original one. What was that called? I don't remember. But I'm thrilled to have this one as well. Holiday Main Street by Imaginating, Ursula Michael. Because I love a good house. Look at that. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. The Cricket Collection, Cookies. Most of my life and adult life, I always preferred cookies over cake. Not all cookies, but I do love cookies. This one's from Kitty Me Designs by Pamela Kellogg. This is the Never Ending Sampler. And this has, looks like a lot of specialty stitches. So this will be something that will be a future giveaway. I almost bought this. This is Teresa Kogut, the Hello Halloween. I've almost bought it. There was a pattern that somebody did. Look at these witches. I think that is so adorable. And then Modern Folk Embroidery Spring Dance, a May Day celebration. Anime, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so, so, so much. Okay. Excuse me. I have to make room because I'm going to have to get up again once I show you these 4 finishes. I'm so excited about these. This is By the Bay, Mountain View Bay, by the Bay Needle Arts. By the Bay Needle Arts. Yeah, Needle Arts. And actually this frame did not have to be cut or anything. It was a perfect fit, and I framed it myself. I laced it, and I just love the way it looks in here. That's the first one. I'm doing it by size. The second one, did you hear that rip? This is a frame from Hobby Lobby. It's not really a frame. It's one of those inserts. That's what was in there. And I had Sal paint it for me. A sable. It was a spray paint, and it was sable called. And this is the Drawn Thread Sunnyside sampler, the Sunnyside sampler. I did not do the words on the bottom or any of the things that were over 1. And this was stitched on a 28 count, I think it was mushroom. And I finished that one by lacing it. I laced the back. I just have to put the magnets in. Even though it stays pretty well. This one is Hometown Holidays. And this is the fire station, the post office, the church, the school, and Grandma's house. So let's see, there you go. You can see the whole thing. Again, it's in one of those frames that just pops in, and this stands up actually. So I can put it on something. I don't have to hang it on the wall to get, see? I didn't put the magnets in, but it's laced. And I just have to put the magnets and sheet metal. And then it'll just stay and it won't come out. So those are like, other than lacing it, it's a pretty quick stitch. Let me just move some of these out of the way. Excuse me. And then finally, this is the New England sampler by the Sampler Company. And Sal cut, I think he cut the frame down, did he? No. He did not cut the frame down. But he painted it. He gave it a fresh paint of black paint. A fresh coat of black paint for me. He did cut a few frames down for me, but I did not finish those yet. I have to cut the mat board and lace them. So I just love this one so much. And it has a back on it, so you can't see the lacing, but it's laced. When I lace a piece, I use a piece of sulky thread, and I measure the distance between like the inside of the frame and then the mat board. I come down, like I figure out what the measurement that I have to come down, and then I put a piece of sulky thread in this, like straight across, so I have an easy way of pinning. Then once it's pinned, I pin it all the way around. I pin top, then bottom, then side and side. And that's when I look at it and see, well, is it too much here or there? And I try to adjust it. You know, sometimes I have to repin the whole thing all over again. But, you know, I do the best that I can. And, you know, this frame has a little bit more space on the sides, but it's okay. It's okay for me. And I just love it. So I thought I'd share. Alrighty, what have I been stitching? Let's get to it. Okay, let's take a bunch out of here, because that's what I've been stitching on. This is a new start. It's called Fresh Watermelon. It's by Little House Needleworks. This is the pattern. And this is how far I've gotten. This is stitched on a 16 count ivory Aida. And I have a small watermelon here. Now, looking at this, it looks like a blackbird is on top of the watermelon. This was pattern was passed on to me, so I don't have, it wasn't part of here, but I think I might have a bird. If not, I'll just leave it off. And then basically I have the rest of the vine and the watermelon and the table. So I'm all excited that, you know, in the 2-day rotation, I got quite a bit done. Then I stitched on, I believe this is Live on Little. Let's see, yes, by Plum Street. And this one, I was happy with the progress I made. This is being stitched on a 28 count Heritage Lugana. Got threads around here. So I finished one half of the sailboat, and I did the fish and the white around it and this part. Then I went back and I filled in all of that. So I was very happy with my progress. And this is where it's at right now. It's hard to see the sail at a distance, but it's much more visible. Not much more. It's more visible in person. And there you can see it a little bit better. So I was happy with my progress here this time. I don't know if you remember, the last time I had to do a lot of frogging. I put in a lot of work and then I did a lot of frogging, so I didn't get much accomplished in moving past that section that I restarted or restitched. But this time I was happy with my progress. Some, you know how it is. Some days we get more stitching time and it's productive. And some days we're frogging away. This is Country Cottage Needleworks Nutcracker Village. And the one that I'm working on this time was the Russian Peppermint Shop. And I did not finish the shop, but I got some of it done. So this is the shop that I added with the top border. So it's about half the house. So I have to do the other half of the house and then the person with the snowflakes. So, and then to show you where I'm at, this is on 28 count Jubilee Country Mocha. So I'm on the third house. Hopefully in the next 2-day rotation. Well, okay. When I get a 2-day rotation in this, I should be able to finish that next house. You know, finish this house and the child. Look to me at their children. The children and the snowflakes. So we'll see. I'm participating in ABC Cinco. So I only have this on the bingo board once. So I won't finish it in one day, I know that. But once I get another rotation in there, I should finish it. Then I picked up Under the Friendship Tree by Mirabilia. This is an out of print chart. And I was happy with this progress. I did a lot of her skirt. I had her head, well, not her face yet, but her head and her hair done, and this part right here. And then I did all this. So let's see. All this. It's hard to see in the picture, and the part of her sleeve, that's where that dark, this green section is. It's like the cuff of her sleeve. So, very excited on that, and that's what it looks like so far. It's not very large, but you have to pay attention in certain areas. There's some confetti stitching, and you know, I made it in large copy, and I mark it off as I'm stitching. And then I picked up Mirabilia, the Christmas Elf Fairy. And for those of you new to my channel, the way I decide what I'm going to stitch on is because I follow acrostics. And at the end of the previous month, I'll figure out what the acrostics, well, I'll be given the acrostics from either the Magazine Monthly Challenge or 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. And then I slot my patterns into that. And then I also do Whip Go. Jessie Marie, who is Jessie Marie Does Stuff on YouTube, she is the brainchild behind Whip Go, and she posts 2 numbers a month, and that also like not dictates, but yeah, dictates what I'm going to stitch. Okay, this is stitched on a 14 count. I changed it. A 14 count Toast Ada. And this is where I've gotten so far. She reminds me of a little girl rather than a woman. So I have her wings yet and the bottom of her skirt. It called for Whisper, but I'm not using Whisper. There's a blended thread in here, and from a distance, the color is fine. I don't know if I think I would like to stitch this again and try, like, instead of a blended thread, to select a thread that, like, because it's a dark red, a pinkish dark, and then like a middle tone. So I think I would like to try it with maybe a middle tone thread instead of blending. I've come to the conclusion I don't care for blending. I know a lot of designers blend threads. This was a new start this year, and this was Postcard of Love by Rosewood Manor, and I was just doing this center section, well, not center, but this section here with the rose, none of the alphabet, and I was able to complete it. And this is being stitched. This was stitched on a 14 count Ivory Ada. Let me put a backing behind it, and I think it came out beautiful. Goes this way. Look how pretty. I think this is like the first really pretty flower I've done. I'm very happy with it. And these are Nigerian eyelets. So happy with this. I had to frog this at times because it's symmetrical, and you know, counting off something wrong and it's not symmetrical anymore, you have to frog it. You know, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. It has to be just perfect. So I was very happy with that. And that's a finish. Okay, what did I stitch? Oh, this was a new start for this month. Not this month, last month, August. And this is being stitched on a 28 count mushroom Lugana. And this is from Scattered Seed Samplers, Summer Sweet Pin Keep. Now, they did theirs on a 36. I'm doing it on a 28, so it's going to be much larger. And it's not going to be a pin pillow, it's going to be a pillow. But that's okay. And for a 2-day rotation, I think I did good. And there's the bird. So, I mean, I still have plenty to do. I have that big strawberry, the little bird on the B-scap, ABC and 1, 2, 3, and little things around. So, yeah, this should be the height of it. There's a key that goes across here. And the B-scap is slightly below that now that I look at it. So it'll be a little bit larger. So it'll be a pillow for sure, not a pin keep. Okay. This is the Plant Wisdom Sampler. And this is one that I did not get much done on, but made progress just the same. This is by the sampler company, Brenda Keys. This is what it looks like. And, okay. Somewhere I made a mistake, but I'm listening to Jean from the attic that says no backwards stitching, just forward. Keep going. And I'm not really sure how I messed up, because like I have the correct amount of stitches from this top of the tree, and then I have the correct on the bottom by the bunny. And this man was added, and he had the correct amount of stitches away from here. So everything lined up, but except the grass at the bottom. So I'm not going to worry about it. There's going to be another row of grass and then a few grass here. And then when I brought this down too, I brought the side down, and I just brought this line down. I didn't put any of the berries and leaves in yet. But I wanted to make sure that it lined up with that side before I stitched it all. So I got a piece of sulky thread, and I started here and I went straight across. And for a second I thought I was off. But this one, I'm going to show you real close if I can. I went under, let's see, the stitch here. It's 2 stitches and then 1. No, 3 stitches and 1. Where on this side, I had the 3 stitches in. So this came out above it, and this came out below it. But it's correct, because the next part that I stitch is the 3 stitches, which then would line up. So if you're working on a sampler, especially that you're doing a border, and before you stitch in the whole border and say, oh, it doesn't match or it doesn't meet, I took a piece of sulky, and it took just a couple of minutes, if that, to run it straight across to make sure that those 2 ends were going to meet. And once that meets, then if there's one less level of grass under this gentleman, it'll be fine. And then after him, there's a little, looks like a wheelbarrow with a tree and a little girl, a woman. We're looking down on this side. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So this is what it looks like, the Plant Wisdom Sampler. I just want to make sure I'm in camera. And I don't know if I'll finish it this year. Most likely not. But definitely next year, this will be a finish. Like, I will work on it to be a finish. And 2 more. I worked on Red, White, and Bloom. And previously I had stitched this one and this one, but minus these flowers. I just did her. I want to make her put fabric on this side, a little bit of fabric, and finish it. Then I started him. He's not really called Uncle Sam. I call him Uncle Sam. It's the Stars and Stripes Salute. And I started it at the retreat when we did the 3 and 3. I worked on it for an hour. And so I picked it up and finished it. And this will be on my ABC Cinco board to do. Let me finish here. So he's done. And this is done on a 14 count Aida toast Aida. And the next one I think I'm going to do, you can't see the whole thing, but it's a watering can. This one right here. It's a watering can with an eagle on it holding the flag and one flower. So that will be I think the last one I do. I don't think I'm going to do red, white, and bloom. Yeah, I don't think so. But I've done, I'll show you the other two real quick. That was the first one I did. That's the second one. And then he's the third one, and then I'll do one more. And then finally, my Angel of Light that I'm stitching with, but it's not a Sal. It was a start along with Vicky, the Virginia Stitcher. And that's Angel of Light by Lavender and Lace. And this is stitched on a 28 count Country Mocha. And I started her wings. Wings. And that's where I'm at. There's 3 colors in these wings. And there is no spaces. It's just the different color threads. And that's how far I've gotten. And this is where I'm at so far. So slowly I'm making progress. I'd love to. I don't think I picked her up in July. So she will be on my my ABC Cinco board. So I mentioned to you about my ABC Cinco, and I had prepared a board and I couldn't find it. Like 2 days before it was supposed to start, I couldn't find my board. I couldn't find my notes. I couldn't find anything. I have no idea where it's at. So I had to sit down and try to remember. I wrote it down in a book, but I know I changed some of it, and I don't remember all the different changes I made, but I redid the board, and so I will be participating in ABC Cinco. And the acrostic is basically a duplicate of my pieces that I'm selected, like whatever letter that I selected for ABC Cinco, more or less will work for the acrostic. Yeah, that's about it. So it's going to be a crazy month because ABC Cinco, they call a different letter every day. So the yesterday's letter was X. Today's letter is I. I'm not going to show you anything. I only stitched one thing, and you have to put in 100 stitches. So in the next video, it will be the daily stitching that I've done, and I'll probably come back maybe in like 12 days or 15, somewhere around there. And I should have about 12 to 15 different projects to show you. I've only repeated, I believe it was 2 patterns in there to try and get some stitching time on it. And that's it as far as that. So it's going to be a hectic month for me because of everything else that's going on. I have 3 doctor's appointments and a dentist appointment for me this time. Then and then we're babysitting again. We have a dedication on September 12th at Morristown Hospital. They're doing a dedication to Libby. Don't know much about it other than we were invited to attend, and we're going, and that's at like 6 to 8 in the evening. So I don't think I'll be stitching that day, but you know, yeah, it's going to be hard, but you know, it's a remembrance, and I remember her every day. And then we have Caleb's birthday party at his house. Then I have a library meetup on the 14th of September. Then Fabrics by Jim. I don't know if he goes by Needleworkers Delight anymore. I mean, that was their brick and mortar store when he had the store. But I don't know now that he doesn't have a store what he's calling himself, other than his fabrics, or Fabrics by Jim, I believe it is. And he's having a pop-up store at the Hilton Inn in Woodbridge, New Jersey on the 28th of September. And that's where we had our retreat. And he had rented a room to have his pop-up store. So I don't know if the room that he's had his pop-up store, if that's where he's going to have it, or he's going to have the room where we had our big retreat. Because I know where he has his pop-ups, he usually has it where they can have tables and people can sit and stitch. So my stitching group is planning on going on the 28th. We haven't seen each other since retreat, and we're hoping to be able to meet up there all together and shop and stitch and see each other. And so September is going to be a busy month, and but you know, it's exciting. The only thing is, it makes it go by so quickly. It's just like, where did summer go? And but yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been up to, and that's what I'll be doing in the next month, plus my stitching. Oh, I got my sewing machine back from the store, the repair. It's not a repair store, I guess. And I tested it out. So far, so good. I haven't really stitched a big thing on it yet, but somehow I'm going to get some time, and I'm going to do that as well. I've been trying to go over a filing system for my patterns. I found it was in the basement. It was full with old papers, and I said to Sal, "Can we spray paint this, and can I use this in my room?" So it's a file cabinet, 2-door file cabinet, and it's very deep. So I thought I can put all my patterns in there, and I got some file folders and put a tab on them for all the different designers, and like something like Prairie Schooler, let's say. I have a number of Prairie Schoolers, so it's not going to fit in one folder, so I would have 2. Country Cottage, I might have 3 folders, but they won't be labeled with the tabs, so I can save the tabs to keep going with the other folders. So I had to buy a box of 50 folders in addition to what I mustered up around the house. So the drawers are pretty full. The only things that don't fit in there are the dimension kits. They're too wide to fit properly in there. And I was able to repurpose the binders to my daughter-in-law, Rebecca, who teaches. She said she can use some of them. She'll bring some to work to share with some of the other teachers, which I was thrilled for because they're brand new. I haven't, I put some patterns in them, and then I decided I don't like the way this looks. So yeah, so I decided to do the file drawer cabinet. And so that seems to be working well, because I had patterns in different places, and I didn't know what was what and where was what. So I don't know if this is going to help me, but I hope it does. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. I hope to be back in about 2 weeks and share my ABC Cinco and see how far I've gotten, and I'll give you any life updates that happens from now until then. So take care. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.